guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Alex and I'm an artist and illustrator based in the Bay Area. If you've been following me on Instagram or are one of my lovely patrons, you'll know that I recently tabled / had a booth at a artisan market not too long ago, and it was the first time that I've done a market or tabled at all in the past 5 years. So that being said, I wanted to share my preparation, all of the things that I did to get ready for the market, and my experience day of. I was originally gonna do this as like a regular old vlog, but I think it's more helpful to kind of reflect on all of the things that I did and my thoughts on if everything was worth it at the end. Also, if you're thinking about tabling or actually tabling soon, I want to be able to answer any questions or doubts that you may have about the process of tabling or booth vending. I also wanted to share like my findings, my struggles, my triumphs, and if you're hesitant, hopefully I can help steer you in the right direction. So let's start off at the beginning, and most artists I think would be like, where do I even start, or how do I get a table or booth? A month prior to the event that I just did, I was doing research on local markets and applying to a few with the hopes that I would get accepted into at least one or two. I'd advise to do this a little bit more in advance than what I did, with the following things in mind. Number one is location. If you're looking for something local, out of state, and what the clientele in those areas would be. Are you fit to be in those markets? Do you think you'll be successful in those markets? Things like that. Two would be application fees. There's always a fee for everything, for markets, for conventions, you name it. So make sure that you're looking for ones that are within your budget and that you think you can make back in the grand total of your profit. Number three would be products. For the market, you have to make sure you have enough products to sell and that they're priced for profit, and also make sure you have a schedule to create and receive all of the products that you need. And lastly, four, which is supplies. Make sure that you have all the supplies needed for day of, you know, your table, your banner, your displays, that good stuff, and then transportation and packaging. So these are all just the basic bulletin points that you should keep in mind when you're looking to table somewhere. So yeah, a month in advance is a little ambitious, but sometimes that's the only time the application opens. You can always prepare way in advance because they'll have application dates, and all you have to do is set up a calendar notification for all of the application dates that you're interested in. I was just coming back from a month-long vacation in the Philippines and Japan, so that's why my timeline is a little tight, but I knew I wanted to apply to markets during the holidays, and so I had a month to prep basically. But I actually got accepted into the two markets that I wanted to do the most, which was really exciting, and they were both in my price range and both very different styles of markets, so I thought that trying both would be a good experience. I've already done one, it was last Saturday, and the second one is actually coming up, so I have to prepare for that one as well. And that one is different because it's a retail store actually, which I've never had my products in a retail store before, so I'm excited, and I'll probably make a video on that if I can. But back to the market. Let's talk about my preparation first. I had a month to prepare, so the first thing I did was watch a ton of videos like this one. A ton of videos on other artists' experiences, their booths, their displays, what they were selling, and for the most part, a lot of people generally do the same thing, but of course everybody's style, everybody's art is different, so the outcomes are always different in that sense. The next thing I did was make a list in my sketchbook of all of the things that I thought I needed. It's kind of like a brain dump of just everything I absorbed from watching these videos in a sketchbook spread. I also sketched out what I wanted my booth to look like, and then made another list of all of the products that I have currently on my Etsy shop and other designs that I wanted to create. I spent a lot of time in coffee shops brainstorming ideas. That's where I get my best ideas for some crazy reason. I really wanted to make sure that I could do everything with the limited amount of time I had, on top of all of my other responsibilities, being my job, like my actual work, and spending time with my friends and family. The next thing I did was make a spreadsheet with all of these lists, and my best friend was so proud of me because she's a spreadsheet girl and I am not a spreadsheet girl. But it really did help me stay organized as I got used to using it. The first list was my supplies, and the columns I made were, for example, what they were, what the use was, where I got them from, from and then their price. And I also did this for like tax purposes. As an independent artist, I can make sure that I have all these items and then they're eventually going to be write-offs for my taxes. Definitely not fun or glamorous or creative, but I've gotten way better at keeping track of all of these things to fully see what I'm spending versus what I'm receiving in profit. And I was terrible at that before because I didn't even want to know, but you know, you have to know. But the smart thing is to always know how much money you're spending. It is daunting at times, but can't always be optimistic, and you have to be realistic every once in a while. I mean, I'd say more than optimistic, but that's not me. In terms of supplies, I invested in items that I would use for future markets and conventions. My big ticket items were a canopy. This is probably not needed for big conventions or anything indoors, but I live in California. The weather is pretty nice most of the year, so a lot of markets tend to be outdoors for that reason. So I figured I'd be able to reuse the canopy for every outdoor market that I am a part of. Another bigger thing, which wasn't that expensive actually, was a wagon to transport a bunch of my stuff, and it was super useful and helpful and cute. And I bought both of those things off of Amazon. So for this specific market that I just did, we actually were required to bring everything, like literally everything. Tables, chairs, canopies, the whole shebang. Basically just reserved myself a spot and had to provide the rest, which is also something to consider in your budget for events. The last convention I did 5 years ago was at a convention center, and they supplied the tables, chairs, the dividers for your booths, and there was free Wi-Fi and outlets and extension plugs everywhere. For this market, there weren't any outlets or plugs anywhere because it was outdoors. I had to bring external chargers just in case my iPad that I was using for sales would die. I also brought my other iPad. I brought 2 iPads, I had my phone, I had 2 external chargers, I had a lot of things just in case. And I also had to hotspot my iPad in order to use Square, which was my point of sales device for transactions. Lots to keep in mind, indoor, outdoor. That being said, I was able to borrow some tables from my cousins and chairs from my best friend who was helping me the entire day. So if you have family and friends that are willing to help, I'd suggest reaching out to those people who support you for extra assistance. Don't try to do everything on your own. I know it's hard. Sometimes I have that mindset too, where I think I can do everything by myself. Part of it is because I'm confident and shy at the same time. And I also don't want to bother people. But if people are offering to help you, it's because they love you and they want to support you in any way they can. So I'm super grateful that I had a bunch of help that day and help alleviating some of the costs of supplying my display and booth items. But yeah, shout outs to my family and friends. Other big ticket items were signage and branding items. I bought a whole new sign to attach to the back of my canopy because my old sign was very old, had old branding, had old illustrations, so I wanted to revamp everything. And it came out super cute. I was really happy with my new logo and the like floral cloud shaped motifs that I designed. And I had already purchased business cards, like I have business cards lying around, so I just had to bring a stack with me. But I also had to buy round stickers with my branding on it and my website, my Instagram handle. And I had to pay for a QR code subscription so that my links work continuously. As people are scanning my QR codes, I don't want the link to disappear because that's out in the world as a part of my branding. That's a little extra, but I wanted the ease of just being on a QR code for some people. I also printed some signage in-house to cut costs that way. I got 11 by 17 paper. I have a laminating machine, so I was going crazy with my laminating machine. Other small things that I bought were like tablecloths, storage containers, wire racks, and a bunch of random things that I thought would make the booth look cute and stand out and represent my brand as best and authentically as possible. I will have a whole haul towards the end of the video because I did film unboxings as I was getting things. So if you want to just see all the stuff that I bought, go ahead and skip to the end of the video because it'll all be there as much as possible. I don't really remember what I filmed, but I filmed a bunch of stuff. At least all the stuff I got from Daiso. So if you want to see that, you can skip there. But yeah, as I was getting all the supplies and keeping track of everything in my spreadsheet, I created another list of my products. And knowing the amount of products to bring and sell is always an experiment. It's always variable and something that you have to gauge by trial. I personally don't know the sweet spot. All I know is that I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared. And that could also be because I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I'm an over-preparer in general. And I did bring a lot of items. I do have an Etsy shop and a shop for my patrons, so I keep stock of a bunch of products, a bunch of stickers, a bunch of art prints, and all I had to do was take a certain amount of each item from the stock that I had, and I was all set. This was another way for me to double check my inventory and recount my stock, because for some things I was like really off on, and sometimes that happens because I always tend to give stickers away to family members. So every time a family member or like a friend comes, I'm like, hey, you guys want some stickers? And then I forget to remove that stock from my shop, so don't do that. It had been a while since I did re-inventory of my stock, but I just brought between 25 to 50 of certain stickers depending on how popular I thought they were gonna be. Because this was a local market, I wasn't expecting hundreds and hundreds of people to show up like I would at a 2 to 3 day convention. So I was really thoughtful in that sense, keeping in mind my storage capacity, my display capacity, and transportation capacity, things like that. There were about 8 new sticker designs that I created for this market, and I decided to print them in-house because originally I thought it was more cost effective, but after reviewing my spreadsheets, it actually wasn't in general. I thought it was more cost effective because I had already a ton of sticker sheets and printer ink lying around my studio that I thought, you know, doing them in-house would be best. And the same goes for my art prints. I didn't bring like 25 to 30 of those. I brought a smaller amount, at most 25, but a lot of the cases I only brought like 10, 15, which was manageable for me. Yeah, I had a ton of art paper around because I always do my prints in-house. In a way, it felt more cost effective because I was using what I already had and I didn't want to purchase more. So I had like a fresh stack of sticker paper, like 100 sheets. Might as well use that for the market. Same thing with the fine art paper. I had like 2 unopened packs, so I wanted to use those up, save money that way by using what I already had. So in a sense, that was more cost effective. But in the grand total of everything, I found that outsourcing sticker production is way cheaper than making everything at home. And then I did end up having to order more sticker paper, more art paper, and more printer ink because I was doing a lot. But another tip in general, I'd say, is just to reevaluate your finances and try your best to keep track. Because when you're making such low quantity things, it feels cost effective to do it at home because you can control the amount, you can control when, be mindful in that sense that you're not wasting, you're not overproducing. But when you get to a certain level and you're creating a lot more, it does make sense to outsource and produce elsewhere. And I'm like starting to get to that level, so it's like, oh shoot, I have to go find some place to make these for me because I can't do it at home anymore. I guess that's kind of a good problem to have. Just keeping track of finances is like my least favorite thing to do, but I'm really trying to get better at it. And I think this spreadsheet that I made, I'm gonna keep talking about this spreadsheet that I made. It is like, it's the best. It's the best because everything is transparent, everything is in front of me. I know when to calm down when my budget is getting low, or I know when to order more things because I have the budget to do it. Back to the spreadsheet. I listed each item, quantity, the price, and any notes regarding the design. For example, if I wanted to have 25 total stickers of like my Sailor Moon stickers, and I needed to print 2 sheets or 3 pages on my Cricut machine, I made a note and scheduled when I could do that, and then boom, it would be done, packed, and ready to go. So yeah, the spreadsheet just really helped me keep track of every single item. And because all of my products were seamlessly listed within the spreadsheet, I was able to keep track of it and then transfer them into Square, which I was using as my point of sales transaction thingy way ahead of time. I did fall into the TikTok Reels trap of buying that Target mystery gotcha capsule machine So I had a Gachapon mystery sticker pack machine on my table, and it was super popular at the market. Kids and adults were going crazy for it. But even though it was popular, I did overproduce a bunch of those sticker packs, and now I have like 100 balls of these sticker packs in a bin in my closet. But that being said, I could definitely add these to my shops as little mystery sticker bundles because I think they're super cute. That's another thing about overproducing items. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing to overproduce as long as you have the means/plans to sell them like in the future or near future. Yeah, that was it for preparation. I was all set like the Wednesday before the market. The last thing I had to do was go to the bank and get some change in case people paid with cash, but I actually didn't even have to use any of the cash that I brought because the people who paid with cash paid the exact amount, or I had change from all the cash that I was getting from people. Now let's talk about the day of. I live in the Bay Area, close to San Francisco for people who don't know where the Bay Area is. And the event was in Berkeley, which is across the bridge. So it wasn't too far to travel. The event was from 11 to 4 and the setup time started at 9:30. So it was me, my husband Kobe, and my best friend Annette, all working this day. And we were like wheels up around 8:45, 9-ish. Annette was driving and everything fit into her car perfectly, and we were on the road pretty quickly. We put everything in and then we were good. There were some exit closures and road work on the freeway, which we did not know about, but luckily we still got to Berkeley on time. And once we got there, we got our spot, set up our booth, ate some breakfast at the nearby cafe, and then it was 11 and we got started. Side note, before I forget to say this, I actually did a trial run of my booth a week before the event in my cousin's backyard because it was very spacious. I knew ahead of time what I wanted my booth to look like and what I needed to add or change in order for things to look better. So I took pictures, I took videos to have that reference so that me, my bestie, and my boo were all set, all on the same page, and could do everything quickly. And I think we set up my booth within like 30 minutes, maybe. It felt really fast because we were able to eat after, so that was good. So yeah, I think you should always try to do a trial setup beforehand so that on the day of you're not surprised that things aren't working out or stressed out in case you have to change something up or run to the store really quick because you forgot something. So always do a trial. But back to the day of, it was so fun. I had a bunch of adrenaline because before it was even 11, we got a few customers walking by and they wanted to do the Gachapon. And yeah, again, the Gachapon was a big hit, very popular. I think it's a combination of getting a mystery item, but also liking all of the mystery items that you could get because I had clear pictures of what was available. And then I also offered to switch it out in case people weren't happy, which does take the fun away. But the little girl, like, I don't think she knew who Kirby was and she really wanted frog stickers. So I was like, here, you could have these frogs. I'll take the Kirby back. There wasn't a lot of foot traffic, or as much as I thought. I didn't think there would be like hundreds of people, but I thought there would be a lot more because it was such a nice day. It was a Saturday in a nice area of Berkeley. At the time, I didn't realize that there were two big craft fairs going on at the same time. One was Renegade Craft Fair, and that happens at Fort Mason in the city. And then the other one I think was called Head West Market, which was like down the block from the one I was doing. And I think those have more buzz than the super niche local market I was doing. So they're kind of either like stragglers from the Head West just walking down the street, or people who live in the area or follow the event on Instagram. Yeah, I'm not sure how much that contributed to the low foot traffic, but I thought it was interesting that all these events were happening at the same time. I feel like it could have been staggered a little bit more, but I'm not in charge of big events, so I don't know. And although the foot traffic wasn't high, I still found myself busy the entire time with people coming to my booth, my family members being around, visiting and chilling. I think my booth was pretty poppin' the whole time. I think that's also because my family being there really did help generate buzz around my booth, because they were purposefully walking around, coming back to my booth, standing in front, talking. And like my cousins, they're so funny. They're like, oh my god, this is so cute. Have you guys seen this? So I had like marketing on the streets, which was really funny. And then my sister was there, my brother-in-law, their dogs were super cute, so they were attracting people to the booth. I had a little extra bit of marketing help from my family members. I also think that my booth was super colorful and it helped me stand out, which is something interesting to note. A lot of people's booths, it also has to do with your branding, right? A lot of people's booths were very neutral, very clean and polished, because some people were selling hats, jewelry, floral bouquets, things of that nature. And I was like, boom, right in your face. I'm selling stickers, I'm selling prints, I'm selling fun things. Not to say that other things aren't fun. I really wanted to buy a sweater from this other vendor, but I just didn't have the time to go over there. Yeah, I think overall, I had a great experience. The organizers of the events were also very thorough and helpful. The emails that they sent were like every detail was laid out for you, and I thought that was really nice. They left contacts in case you were looking for help. And I didn't get the event coordinator's name. She followed me on Instagram, but she was so sweet. She bought stuff for me, and I love her. Everything was straightforward. It was easy. You show up, you sell stuff, break it all down, and you go home. And it's as simple and easy as that. So I think the organizers did a really good job. In terms of sales, I made more than the table cost, which is always the first good goal to have, but I didn't make more than the cost of work and supplies invested into everything in total. That being said, I did buy items for the first time, items that will be used for future markets. So next time I won't have to spend money on displays and these big ticket items because I already have them. And that gives me more of a budget to spend on my actual products and like packaging. And again, all of the leftover products just go back into my Etsy and the second market that I'm going to. So taking that into consideration, I think what I invested in total into this market was worth it. I'm definitely looking into doing more markets, but probably in the new year or like next summer whenever people start buying stuff again. The holidays is always a great time to do markets because people are looking for presents. It's like the prime time to do everything, but it's also very, very tiring. Like, I'm an introvert and being social for so long kind of hurts. I had to put Salonpas on the next day. I felt so old, but I was like hurting. So yeah, I think doing the one for now is enough for me. And then I will keep you updated on how the retail store goes. I think that's it regarding prep and overall experience. At my first market after 5 years, I really enjoyed the experience and would do it again with some time. I mean, I have all this stuff and I could technically do another one in December if I was inclined to, but my old bones are getting tired. I also want to take it easy. It is a lot of work, but as long as you're organized, well prepped, and you keep your budget in mind, I think it's worth doing. That's all I have to say regarding my experience. I hope this helped you in any way. And if you have questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer. But now, if you're interested in seeing all the stuff that I bought, I will cut to the haul. Hello, it's Saturday, October 14th. I wanted to share all of the things that I am accumulating for my November market. So the other day I went to Daiso and picked up a bunch of things, and I will share that first with you because it's all nicely in the Daiso bag. The first thing, of course, is this cork board. I've watched a ton of videos on preparing for market and everyone has this freaking cork board. So I'm going to use it as well to display my stickers. I think they look super cute on here. So I have that, and it's so light. I also got these wooden storage boxes to hold some stickers. I will just have them on the table like that and put a few of my stickers in, ones that'll fit. And I'm not sure yet, but I kind of want to paint all of the wood items that I bought in fun colors like green and blue and yellow. So I'm gonna buy some spray paint and try to do that, or just like acrylic paint. Maybe mix some colors because I have a lot of acrylic paint actually, and just paint that one weekend. Then I also have this cute little bicycle card holder, and I'll put some of my business cards, a few of them in here, but I just thought this was really cute, so I bought it. I also bought 2 of these little, not command hooks, but sticky tape hooks that I'll use and attach to my tablecloth. And then I'm currently getting some tote bags made of my Filipino proverb design. It's one of my most popular designs on Etsy, and I made a bag for a bunch of my friends, and every time they wear it, people ask them where they got it from, so I just thought I would sell some for this event. And I'm also gonna have that hanging off the front of my table as well. More small display stuff are these little easels. I have a super tiny one here already that I'll probably use for business cards as well, but here is the super tiny one. And I used this at the last market that I did, or last convention that I did, to hold my business cards. But I feel like it's very, very tiny. So I got these again to display prints from, or I'm not sure what I'll use them for. I think I have to do a mock-up of what I want my table to look like and then see what'll go on here. Other random things I got are these little color beans. I thought they were so cute. I bought a kind of grid wire similar to this off of Amazon for my display as well, and I'm planning on hanging art prints off of them. And I did buy like clothespins, but then I saw these colorful, they're called colorful beans. So I bought a few of them as well, and I thought they were super cute, and they kind of fit my color scheme of the banner that I just put into place and I'm receiving soon, so I'm excited to get that. I also got these baskets for my wire display. I saw a hack on Instagram where people were using these like on the back side of their display, on the vendor side of the display. People were putting their products in here, or like snacks or your phone for like easy access, and so that it's in front of you and like not on the floor. So I'd hang this like on my side of the display and put whatever I wanted in there, which I thought was a good idea. So I bought like 3 different sizes and 2 of the bigger ones because I'm not really sure what is gonna go in these yet, but I just thought it'd be nice to have them. I also got some of these wire racks as well because I couldn't find the wooden ones, again, to put prints in for people to shop easy. And I think I'll pretty much be set. Other things I bought are like wooden displays from Amazon, and I haven't opened these yet, but this is what it is. Wooden display stand for craft show, trade market, retail store. And I just like searched this up on Amazon because I was looking for any display, but it's the ones where you have to kind of set it up. And I got 2 different sizes, so that's what's in these guys. I do want to open them up and set them up to see that they're the correct size, because I ordered something else from Amazon and I didn't really read the size properly. So I ordered these. I'm just gonna open them again. I ordered these little display boxes and I thought that they would be big enough to hold stickers, but they definitely are not. So I have to return that. And I have to keep this out just so I don't forget. I also bought the item that everybody has for markets, which is that organizer from Michaels. It's a photo organizer, but people use it to bring their stickers and products in. I actually already filled it because I was a bit excited and I did not want to fill it up later, so I chose to do it sooner rather than later. And here's the big boy, gigantic photo organizer, and if you open it, boom, it has all of these like compartments to put stickers in. I have 4 empty ones, but I am planning to fill these up a little more. I didn't want to take too much stuff because I'm actually not sure will sell. I'm bringing more of what I think is more popular, but then again, I don't know. I also bought a tablecloth, but this is the tablecloth and it's so cute, but it smells so bad, so I'm gonna wash it. Same color, I really like the green. And then I got a package today from Target, and I think it's the square reader that I ordered. I ordered it off of Target because it was on sale for some reason at Target. I think it's normally like $50 or $60, but it was on sale for $40, and any sale is good in my eyes. So I got this square reader. I had this super old square reader where it like plugs into your phone or your iPad and you have to swipe, that really tiny one. But I thought this contactless one would be much more clutch so that people could just tap or insert their chip without me having to give someone my phone to like swipe or take someone's card. They could do it themselves on the square reader. And then lastly, I have 2 heavy Amazon boxes unopened in front of me, so I'm gonna open them really quick. Oh, okay, so I have it open on my lap. Big mistake because it's so heavy, but I bought these plastic mailers. Normally I don't like to use plastic products, but since it's an art market, I don't want the material to get ruined or the products to get ruined. So I'm gonna use these, oh, sorry, it's really heavy. I'm gonna use these to protect all of my prints. Also got 5x7s for my small prints. That one's less heavy. And I got the appropriate size wooden box holder again for more sticker displays. And I think I'll also paint this as well. Even though the wood on this is nice, because all of the wood products I got are different colors, I want everything to look a little more uniform. That's what I'm gonna paint. Paint it all. That's everything in box 1. Okay. Box 2 is the wire crate, and I hate how they send a box in a box all the time at Amazon. Like if they just slapped the label on this, that would have been fine with me. Here it is. It's technically a metal wire storage cube, but I'm not gonna turn it into cubes. I'm just gonna have it like open. I really just wanted the connecting pieces to be a little sturdier. Yeah, here's that. Thanks again for watching this video. I hope it helped you. Again, leave any comments if you have any questions. I have all my social media and stuff in the description, and all my vlogs and stuff, and my Patreon and stuff. Yeah, I'm tired of talking so much, but I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!